Yeah, we still out here, you know what I mean? They coming out here, you know what I mean? These niggas always attacking me. And shout out to all the haters out there, you know, they my biggest fan. They always get the broadcasting out, so shout out to all the haters out there, you know. But the topic of the day is how do we men handle the modern woman that is coming up who is going to be more than likely making more money than most men. So you more likely to be going out with a woman that's going to be making more money than you. Or she got more money saved than you. She can take you out and pay for your dinner and everything else. How would that make you feel as a man if you got a manly ego? You feel me? How do modern men who have an ancient thought of thinking, how do we deal with a classic woman today? You feel me? How do we deal with these kind of women? How can you deal with a woman who makes more money than you? How do you feel about it? You feel me? How can you compute that kind of, that's what we're talking about today. And I'm saying, I use my own example of how I have dealt with certain situation like that when I was with my baby moms and everything else like that. Although I was paying for child support every week for 4 years straight now. And I was supposed to, when child support, that's what I was paying for child support. When income tax came in, you were supposed to split that money in half, but I never took no money from her. And God is my witness. I never asked her, yo, I need my half of the money because I pay for child. Nah, that's some bird shit. We don't do that. I made sure that she kept all the money. I don't even bring it up. We never even discussed it. That was her portion of it. I'm like, cause the baby stays with her. How can I go to her and tell her that I need half of the money? Nigga, she takes her half. She got a whole responsibility. You feel me? That's how I want modern men to think about these things when they're dealing with a woman that has more money that makes more money than them. It's like, she gonna be receiving that money in that amount of time. You need to be manly enough to understand that, yo, it's just money. I cannot tie my alpha or my manliness into the financial situation. You feel me? There's other things that you can do. Like you can actually take your kids out, and you can take your kids out on a $20 trip, and they will have the most fun. You don't even got to spend all that money. Shit, yeah. You ain't got to spend all that money just to prove something, nigga. Like, you feel me? There's so many other ways. I'm getting beat up right now just being out here. But you know, man, when you're speaking about real shit, ain't no nigga in the world that can beat you up. Because the conversation is real. You feel me? Poppy can't beat me up. What's wrong, Poppy, man? Can't beat me up, nigga. You know who I am? Anyway, niggas know who the fuck I be. You feel me? This is the mentality that you gotta take. You feel me? You gotta understand, like, look, the modern woman is going to be making a lot of money, but it's very important that the modern woman does not overstep her boundaries. Just because you're making a lot of money does not necessarily mean that you have to treat yourself like a man and start having multiple partners and everything else like that. No, you still gotta be a classic woman. You feel me? You gotta be classic in the way you behave, although your financial situation has gone up. You still got to dress appropriately. You feel me? You still got to carry yourself with respect and dignity and everything else that comes with you being a woman. You feel me? We are created equal with different function. You feel me? As a woman, you are the only person on earth that can carry a baby, including female, animal, woman. You're the only one that can carry a baby. So which means you got to carry your body very cleanly. You feel me? A lot of women who have multiple partners, let's just say if you're a woman and you will sleep with a lot of people and you happen to be pregnant, you having a baby, and your uterus or your coochie or whatever is dirty, the baby can't come out through that. You feel me? The baby is more likely to die going through that pussy that you call pussy that you don't let every nigga ran through. Now you got an STD. The baby's going to die going through that. So the people, they will have to cut you open just to take the baby out of you. So that in essence tells you that you have to carry yourself with some kind of respect. You feel me? Just because you're making a lot of money, that doesn't mean that you allow yourself to sleep with every other man and have one night stand and be outrageous in your approach and everything else like that. You still be a modern day woman. Ain't shit changed. You still got to be that person. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Because a lot of women think just because they're making enough money, they can carry themselves any other way because they're making money. And they let the money determine what kind of person they become. No, that's not it. You still got to be the woman that know how to carry yourself. You have a little more authority on how things go. But sexually, and you carry yourself as a woman, that don't change. Like, you still got to be a woman. We just want you to be a little more assertive when you make decisions. You feel me? Act like you matter. If it's financial situation that makes you act like that, you should be acting like that regardless of financial situation. regardless of opportunities. You're supposed to be assertive in the relationship. You're supposed to add your opinions to things, but never overstep your boundaries. You feel me? Just because you make more money than your man doesn't mean you gotta disrespect your man. The only way you should disrespect your man, you shouldn't even disrespect the man that you with. If you have to go that far, you should leave the relationship to disrespect somebody. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. So don't misconstrue it. Because people take something, and people always take something that I say and try to twist it around and make it seem like he said this and he said that. Now they take it too long. Let me go check what's going on. Because I know they're going to keep me here just to abuse me. That's what they do. Excuse me, is it ready yet?
I'm working on it right now.
You started?
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
It's very bad. I've been out here for like 30 minutes. She just started. You know, she want to keep me out here so her little amigos can come out here and start beating on me and shit. It's going crazy. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I say what I gotta say, nigga. These niggas don't want no problems with me. This is what they do. You feel me? But a woman should also recognize that you cannot be going out with these kind of men, especially these kind of men that's running out here. A nigga waiting in the car. You see? A rebellious woman will always make a fuck nigga's son. You feel me? When you see all these men act the way they act, it's an insult to even consider them a man. But what else can you consider a person that looks like? If you look like a man, I gotta call you a man. It's not because of you. It's because of the representation of the body that you in. You feel me? How does a man look? Sometimes a man will have facial hair, but a man looks like a man. You feel me? Even if he doesn't have facial hair, a man will look like a man. Now you embodying that image. You are embodying that image, but yeah, you acting like a girl, you acting like a female, you hiding, you doing crazy shit, like you doing a lot of gay shit, you know what I mean? But you still embodying the body, so I have to respect the position that you're holding enough for me to call you a man, even though I know that you're not a man, but you do look like a man. You feel me? I'm not gonna confuse myself and be like, well, he's a woman, but yet this is how niggas get confused. You feel me? This is how we get confused and we start calling men women and women men because niggas ain't acting like one. Well, no, I'm gonna still call you, even though I don't agree with Joe Biden being the president of the United States. I'm not gonna call him nothing more than the President Joe Biden because I respect the position that he's in. You feel me? There's a difference between the two. You feel me? You recognizing the position without even accepting the person that's in that position, but you recognize the position and call the position for what it is. You feel me? Let me go walk this way and come back. As I can tell, I don't like the smell of bacon. It's disgusting to me. You feel me? So yeah, they gotta keep you out here so all these dirty ass niggas can come around and take cheap shots of you. These are not men. You feel me? This is not what I'm talking about when I talk about when I speak about modern men and modern women. You feel me? I'm talking about people who have carried that knowledge over. You feel me? We have to teach men how to become men, and we have to teach women how to become women. It's not an easy job to do. You feel me? You just can't grow up embodying such a spirit and think that that is you. That's not you. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's like the queen of England has to be raised to become the queen of England. She gotta go through that. She gotta go through that gradually. You feel me? They raise her to become one. Even the queen, you feel me? Like that's what they do. Even when you go to a job, they train you. Like I'm in front of T-Mobile right now. I can't go to work for T-Mobile without going to some form of training to take that position, customer service in T-Mobile. No, I can't do that. That's the same thing with men and women. It has to be an information that is carried down on from generation to generation. You feel me? And most of these niggas is not men. I'm sorry, my nigga. They are not men. They just not men. They're not men, and some of them are not women. But they look like men and women. But I'm not going to disrespect the position and not call them that. You feel me? I'm going to respect the position they're in. But I know the behavior does not match the body that they fit in. That's because they are missing the information that is required. A few requirements. They got to go back to class and study. You feel me? It's the fact, my nigga. Just like T-Mobile or just like any customer service rep, they train these people to take those positions. These niggas never had that training. So when a company is given to you and you never earned it, or a position or a family that you've given, is given to them, they never earned that spot. They keep repeating the same mistake over and over, and they keep having kids who keep repeating those mistakes. And that's what happened. That's how you have fuck boys and monsters among us who look just like us. And the only way we can tell the difference is through the behavior of that individual. So your behavior is a representation of how you think in your mind. So the way you behave tells me how you think in your mind. I cannot walk without telling my body to walk. Eventually, after a while, it becomes part of my second nature. Sometimes you just running, you running, you running, you running. I don't have to continue repeating myself. Run, 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 run. No, it becomes part of my second nature that it doesn't even become a thought no more. It becomes just a process of it, you doing it. So when you see people doing fuck boy shit, this is second nature to them. They do it without practicing. It's part of who they are. It's a part of the process of their mind and how they think. You have to understand what is going on. You feel me? So you can't tell me that this is not me or this is not who I am. No, you do it too well. And you've been doing it consistently. It feels like you running. It's like if I'm walking, I didn't tell my leg kick. Walk. Walk. No, nigga, it's part of my second nature now. It's a second nature of mine. It's part of my being now. You feel me? I'm just being me naturally. No struggle. Talk, even when you talk sometimes. I don't have to say, open your mouth and speak. No, I don't have to think that for me to it's part of my second nature. I'm just doing it. It automatically flows out. You feel me? Man, did I pay for this shit? I'm about to get my money back. Like, she taking a while long, man. She blew my shit, man. Been out here for more than 30 minutes, know what I mean? This bitch. I know she's doing my food, but sometimes you gotta call one. You feel me? But she's not part of the topic. She just got me mad. So these niggas is not men. You feel me? I gotta call them out. You niggas is not men. If you gotta attack another man in the back, like, you're not a man, man. What are you scared of? You feel me? Calm down. Zeros. What are you scared of? And why are you doing that noise? You feel me? That's because they, just like the customer service rep and everything else like that, they missing a crucial requirement on what it takes to be a man. You feel me? There's a missing lesson in that part. There's a missing requirement that they were supposed to take, but they didn't take those requirements. Their mother didn't get that cause. Their father didn't get that cause. They didn't put it in them. It doesn't matter how mad you get about somebody else. You should have enough sense not to do certain things. You feel me? Because you know, like, there's other people watching and it's based, like, it is what it is, man. I can't explain myself enough. You feel me? I just can't. I've already made my point. You feel me? My point is legit. Feel me? I've been out here for like 30 minutes. She telling me she non-stop, and I could have just went to this bitch right here. This is the thing I don't like with these people, yo. They just overdo things. Feel me? I don't know about you, but I do things. Like, zille. Feel me? They just want to embarrass you. They're taking away from the subject. I wanted to talk about how the modern woman is making money. Feel me? And how we are men, especially men, if you're making the same money as her or you're making more money than her, I want you to position yourself where it's acceptable for you to accept this kind of thing without feeling any kind of way about it. Feel me? That's what the topic was. But now I got to wait here and deal with these imbeciles because they on some revenge tour because they're insecure about who they are. So I have to switch it to them not being trained enough to deal with these things. Come on, man. It takes a lot. The information has to be carried on. The business format or the branding of an individual. You feel me? It wasn't passed that on. You feel me? A few lessons was missing. A few lessons was missing. You feel me? That's what went down. Niggas was missing a few lessons, and they didn't get to pass these lessons on to to their kids the right way. Because I whip the shit out of my son if I found out that he was bullying or part of a group or a herd disrespecting somebody else. Like, you gotta whip their ass. Discipline is part of growth. You have to discipline people. It doesn't necessarily mean you gotta whip them to oblivion, but they need to be, you have to have some kind of fear in you. You gotta place fear into people so they will know what is right from wrong. You have to. It's a requirement. Like, I gotta place the fear of God in you. That's why I don't know, man. Sometimes I don't even do nothing. Just me being me, my position. If I look at you, you really ready for this world, man? And it's like a wolf running up on a dog. They tucking their tail and they bow. Like, yeah, nigga. It is me, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? You can only do this shit behind my back, and that's it. And that's just a given fact. I done proven that too many places. I don't have to prove myself. I'm too old. Look at me. I think sometimes I be growing gray hair. I just shave, so you can't see it. What's happening, man? Tell them to hurry up with my food, man. It's taking too long. Feel me?
I can't say pick the evenings because Monday is a fucking Monday, right? You know what I mean?
Monday's the start of the week.
I was trying to throw something at you, but I'm not because you're right.
Yeah, you're right, because I will catch it and throw it back at you. He try to be funny with his words. Nigga think I can't speak English. I pay this shit with cash, too. I hate when niggas take long with my food, man. This nigga's some soul speak. I don't know why I fuck with Domino's like that. I'm bringing you business, nigga. You feel me? Niggas need to understand how to carry themselves, you feel me? I can't even allow my kids to be around saying things. If I'm with my son, nigga, you ought to respect yourself when I'm around too. Especially if I'm with my little man. You feel me? If somebody with their little man, I'm not going to be walking around being disrespectful to your... Nah, we got to conduct ourselves. Like, act like you got sense, my nigga. You feel me? Act like you got sense. You feel me? Because the kids is watching. You feel me? We got too many predators out here, pedophiles. They don't even tell your kid, you know, cover your face. I want to do something. No, they just go and do it because we've created an atmosphere where it seems like it's cool to do these things. What do you think the kid is learning when they processing these things in their mind? When they have an infant mind? Their mind hasn't been developed yet. How can they make such decision when they're exposed to something like that? When they look back in their memory lane, they're gonna look at that moment in time and try to add that to the equation. And that's when the problem comes. They become undeveloped in that process. Because they've been exposed to something that they wasn't supposed to be exposed to. You dig? Hey, man. Everybody else coming out, and I ain't get my shit yet, man. I'm canceling my order, man. My money back.
Hello? It's Monday. What is going on? It's not Memorial Day, right? Or am I wrong? Okay. I swear, I'll never make
I need to check my order. If it's not ready, I want to cancel it. I gotta go.
Under what name?
Huh?
Under what name, sir? What name is your order?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
You know, Jeff.
Yeah. Your orders, yours is right there, and it's coming out of the oven. So it's a few more minutes, but there's stuff coming out of the oven right now. Your boxes are right there. So, I guess that's your match.
Alright, and if you can just throw it in the oven, so you know, you can just make it up and change the thing.
Okay, I'll give you a credit and then phone number. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
You don't have to credit.
You sure?
Yeah, you don't have to credit nothing. You can just make it the way she wants it,
Yeah.
throw it in the oven now so I can take it.
Yeah, no,
You're
we're
good.
already working on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's got the spinach on there.
Yeah, no, everything's, yeah, most
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
So it's in the oven and
Yeah. Thank you.
I've been here for an hour. Hey, what's the pickup? So, when is it exactly?
What's, hi, let me cut mine.
It's been an hour, yeah. Feel me? Nigga been out here for a whole hour waiting for his shit, man. I done started a whole new recording. And it's been 20 minutes on this recording. It's like 21 minutes on this recording. So I'm like, hey, yo, can I live? You feel me? But long story short, a lot of women gonna be making a lot of money. You feel me? The manager right here is a woman. Managing the T-Mobile store is a woman. It's gradually been something that they're pushing now. You feel me? So how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? You feel me? Yeah, right here, man.
Did you get your sodas or no?
Nah, I did it. Can I get a bag for these bad boys right here? There's no bacon, right?
I can't physically tell you that, but I can ask them to get it. They will bacon on it.
No, not for that. We need a bag for this.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay, one, Jeff. I had to see that, bro. Into music, right? Huh? Into music? You don't hear low? Huh? It's not your low music, I mean. What kind of music? Recording. Nah, not really. I mean, I like listening to music.
Okay. What's your dream? What would you say to me? Dude, I can't believe they're fucking paying me to do this shit. What would it be? Art, music. You're solidly into something. You're always on the phone.
No. Articulation.
Articulation.
Yeah, articulation, yeah. All right, I see.
Hey, cheers, man. I'm seeing you again.
Definitely, yeah. I finally got out of there. Feel me? It's kind of crazy. You gotta go to them. These niggas ain't men, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This is the shit you gotta deal. You gotta deal with animalistic behaviors. It ain't easy being me. Feel me? I'm not gonna go. Feel me? It ain't easy being me. Feel me? Sometimes, man, it's hard, man. It is hard. When everybody else is unprofessional, you gotta stay professional. Know what I mean? When everybody else is unprofessional, you gotta stay professional. I gotta always watch myself because these niggas always trying to hit you with a car type shit like that. You know, they low boys. They missing the ingredients of, you know, what it takes to be a man. And I do not blame them. What's up? And I do not blame them for missing that ingredient. I didn't even see that nigga in the car. Yeah, they're missing those ingredients. So, you know what I mean? You can't get too mad at them. They need a manager. You can't get too mad at them. They need the man to... They need a manager. There's a manager. Manager. trying to create my own rhyme in them. Be careful. Niggas out here acting crazy. Feel me? You think if he had it together, he wouldn't be riding a bike with a garbage bag on him? That's your condition, my nigga. Why are you so... Like, they're crazy, my nigga. Instead of being mad about their own situation, they want to use their situation in spite of me. Like, ha, you gonna be joining me type shit. I'm like, no, that's your dreams. You living in your dreams right now. I don't have no plans of doing such a thing. You feel me? I really don't. I gotta watch myself in this shit. It's dark out. It's dark and hell is hot. Yo, motherfucker, this is California for all we know. You know how that shit go. It took a while long, man. This bitch had me in there. You know how they do, man. They always gotta get you back for something you said about them. They're very insecure, motherfucker. You don't even know who you are. If you take it that personal because somebody said something about you, and you don't believe in yourself, everything is going to offend you. You feel me? No wonder why they got fucking anger problems. Thanks, appreciate that. I like when the cars drive by now because they actually serve a purpose now because I can use their light while I'm walking here. You feel me? Like, niggas take offense to everything. Like, nigga, if you take, like, what kind of person are you that you take offense to everything thrown your way? Don't that speak to the volume? Feel me? You can't pretend that. Feel me? Anyway, man, back to the road. There's gonna be, you know what I mean, a lot more, especially there's a lot more girls graduating from college than men. The numbers is outrageous. So I hope you're getting the right degree because it doesn't make sense just to graduate and not with the right degree. So make sure you go. Don't waste your time just getting a degree just to get a degree. But if according to the numbers, if the numbers is right and they're supposed to be getting the right jobs, you feel me? We are more likely to see a lot of women making more money than men. And some of these girls are not willing to settle for regular men. They want men that's making more money than they are. And it's like it's unrealistic, baby girl. You feel me? It is unrealistic. But then what are you going to do? You going to make that money and just stay by yourself? Yeah, you have to compromise in some kind of sense. Choose the guy that you want to be with and speak some sense into them. You feel me? Just like that woman was writing out for help about that man living beyond his means. And he's basically not making the money that she's making. But that's her boyfriend. And they've been together for like 5-6 years. So she was like, what am I supposed to do now? Because this nigga buying cars and he trying to buy a house. And he don't even have a job. He looking at my money and calculating that shit into the equation. You feel me? That's what she felt like. And I'm like, yo, that nigga missing some few screws, baby girl. That's not your fault. You feel me? He's just missing a few screws. Like, you feel me? Some niggas be having the nicest car, but some of that should be in their wife's name. You feel me? It be hard like that. You know what I mean? It's just as long as you can hold your own. What happened? I ain't say nothing. As long as you can hold your own, you feel me? A lot of niggas be living off their bitches. Like, it's sad, but it's true. They don't pay no rent, no bills, or nothing like that. A bitch paying everything for them. But yeah, you out here trying to front on the next nigga. The next nigga ain't got it good like you. You got a luxury. Like, you ought to be focusing and be like, all right, man, how can I marry this woman? This woman right here has a plan. She's doing good for herself. What can I do as a man to make sure that I'm financially stable too, just in case she needs to fall back on me? She been holding me down for 5 years now. Instead of me trying to buy a car and try to buy a house and everything else, how can I use this money and save it up just in case we hit a financial trouble? I know I got her back just like she got my back. That nigga's a hater, by the way. He doesn't want y'all females to hear this message. He wants to be one of those men that he probably using his wife right now. You feel me? He's using his wife for all kinds of money. You feel me? I'm just saying, if a bitch is making more money than you as a man, I think you need to swallow your pride. Because she got you financially. She got you. But now, what you need to do is be very responsible with your decision making. You know what I mean? Just have some, be responsible with your decision making when it comes to finance. Make sure that you learning. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be. Go ahead. Let them pass by. Let them pass by. There is a such thing called stay-at-home dad. You feel me? So you make sure that you, you make sure that you cleaning up too, nigga. Go clean. Yeah, shit, I'm making the money. I'm coming home with the suit and everything else. Make sure that, you know, get your lotion. You know what I mean? Make sure you rub my feet. That's what the bitch wants. She wants, when she come in, you gotta do all those things now. You feel me? It's not a reverse role. You just compromise. You feel me? You recognize that this lady has been working all day. The least I could do, I ain't working as hard as her. Even if I was working as hard as her, guess what? She's making more money than I am. She's the cash cow. She is the LeBron James on the team. I gotta please her, cause she's what makes this shit goes. She's a Damian Lillard on the Portland. She's the Kevin Durant on the Nets. She's the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden on the net. She's the superstar of the family. I gotta make sure that she's as happy as possible. You feel me? What do you want, baby? Yep. Want me to wipe your ass? I got you. You feel me? You have to be, I'm not saying literally, you feel me? But you have to be fully invested into her. You feel me? Finance is not everything, but it's a tool that gets you to a lot of places. It's a tool that opens a lot of doors. Either you kick it in with that tool or you open it with like a key. But as the finance, money makes a lot of things happen. It doesn't bring happiness, but it makes a lot of things possible. Feel me? Let's not fool ourselves. So if it's your bitch making that kind of money, then what do you do, my nigga? You feel me? Are you still gonna act like you better than her? Are you still trying to impose your will upon her? Are you still trying to confuse her and run game upon her? Because that's what most men do. They confuse these girls and still run game upon her and devalue her on some narcissistical shit. Because he's not refusing to accept the fact that she's making more money than him. So sometimes some of these girls get a paycheck and come home and give it to their man. You feel me? I almost got arrested for some bullshit like that, where there was a girl who was going out with a gang member. I think I told this story already. She was going out with a gang member, and every time she get a paycheck, the nigga takes the paycheck from her, and he not doing nothing but sit at home wearing flags and acting tough. I didn't know that at first, but she used to be hungry, but she used to work overtime. I'm talking about overtime after overtime after overtime. This bitch was working herself to death, and I didn't understand it. And she passing out at work and shit, not eating. So I just started buying her food. I'm like, yo, let me just buy this bitch food. Like, you feel me? So every time I went out, I was going to go get some food. I'd be like, yo, you want something? And I was just buying her food and everything else like that. They come to find out, she went to the office and made up a lie. You know, they always lie on me. My good intentions are, because her boyfriend got jealous of the things that I was doing for her. I wouldn't even have interest in that girl, not even one bit. I just felt sorry for her, and I'm like, you know what? I don't understand. I just didn't understand how somebody can work so hard and still have no money for food. That's what I was not understanding, because she was doing overtime after overtime. And her paycheck come and he takes it from her. And this was a long time ago. This was about 10 years ago, when I used to work in Staples as a manager. So she went to go tell the people that basically I was making her feel comfortable, or some harassment talk type shit like that. And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, yo, but I'm like, what the fuck? I done bought this girl food and everything else. Then come to find out, when they of course they let me go home as usual. Go home, Jeffrey. the story of my life. You do good and you just don't get recognized for the good. It's like you get in trouble for the good things you do. That shit is crazy. Anyway, when she came back to work and she told a story about how her boyfriend was threatening her. Her boyfriend threatened her to do that because he was wondering who was buying her food and everything else like that. He got jealous and he told her to do that. And they brought me back and they told me that they were sorry. And they said these things happened. Da, da, da. And I was just in shock. I'm like, damn, you have so much pride that you can accept the fact that she was working for herself. You feel me? That you it wasn't enough that you take the money from her. She coming to work bummy. She making all this money and you taking it from her because you feel like I can use her. He can accept his fate. You should be grateful. She chose you to be next to her. That's how you should be grateful for. And this ain't no sim talk and whatever the fuck y'all niggas call it. This is just real talk. Now, I mean, a lot of you niggas is toxic on the internet. I'm tired of you toxic niggas, dude. Feel me? Just be happy that she's making that kind of money. You should be proud of her. You should be Jeffrey proud when you see your baby mom making that kind of money. You be like, good. Now I ain't gotta worry about giving this bitch my money. Good. I can focus on other stuff. I be like, kids, y'all wanna go out? That's it. $20, bomb. You can have fun with that. She making the money, it's cool. Like, y'all niggas just gotta grow a pad, man. Y'all niggas don't, y'all can't, like, it's too much ego-driven people. Go ahead, man. Yeah, it's too many ego-driven. A lot of these niggas just don't know how to accept that. They've never been in that position. Because they never had a strong woman in their life. I grew up with my grandmother. My grandmother ran everything. Feel me? I had the presence of a strong woman in my life, so I wasn't intimidated to see one in full display. Because I was used to seeing that already. It was part of my makeup when I was growing up. Feel me? And she had a lot of sons. You feel me? She had a husband. Shout out to my grandfather who passed away before she did. But once he passed away, she was in charge. She became like the leader of the whole house itself. And when I say Africa, I don't mean like, you know what I mean? I don't mean regular Africa. I'm talking about like, King of Zabunda type shit, nigga. Like, I didn't even used to, I used to have a person who used to bathe me, nigga. They used to wash my balls for me. I didn't start washing my own balls until I came to America. And that's just real talk. You feel me? And she was a lady. So I know I've seen the presence of what a strong woman is supposed to look like. You feel me? Rule graciously. And these niggas ain't feel intimidated, not even one bit. My uncles ain't feel intimidated. You feel me? Even when my aunts married other men, they didn't feel intimidated. They knew their position. They knew who they was. They didn't just feel bowed. They didn't feel like, damn, man, can't believe this woman is telling us what. No, nigga, my grandma was whipping people. She was whipping people's ass. Like, she was whipping grown-ass woman ass. Like, she disciplined them in front of everybody. If you act out of place, she would discipline you. You feel me? It might be embarrassing for an older person to be disciplined in front of her child, but it's like, nigga, everybody didn't have a problem with that. Because there was order. It didn't matter who had that position. You gotta respect the position. Stop looking at the gender or the person in that position. Respect the position. That's what I learned from that situation. You respect the position. Feel me? Because one day you could be in that position. You want everybody to act accordingly to that position. You dig? A lot of you niggas, when shit don't go your way, y'all want to destroy the whole kingdom. Come on, man. That's how they be acting bitter nowadays. They out here punching niggas in the face. They want to destroy the whole system because shit ain't going their way. They want to reposition everything else. Nah, respect position, my nigga. You telling people to obey, but you don't even have respect for yourself and your neighbors and everybody else around you. You feel me? Look at their actions. When they mad at somebody, they make mad noise and wake everybody else up just to aggravate one person. What kind of person are you? You feel me? Why do I have to tell you these things for you to recognize that you're a fool? Because they've missing that lane. Niggas didn't prep them to be the man and the woman that they were supposed to be. They wasn't prepped to be husbands and wife. They ain't prepped them. Like, you have to see what a family structure look like in order to be part of one. You feel me? I seen it myself. Like, I seen it. I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. I'm like, yeah, I would like to have 50 kids if I could. You feel me? And we all live in a complex. See? Show y'all niggas, man. You can see down there. It's a complex. This is what they call a gated community. A gated community is basically where I grew up at. But now we're strangers. My gated community was with my grandmother, my uncles, my aunts, and everything else like that. and it was as big as any gated community in America. You feel me? We just call it a compound. You feel me? With a house, big house in the middle, and small houses around with a gate, with the gates around it. You feel me? We have a whole compound, and we just had a different name for it. A lot of niggas have not seen a huge family structure in display. You feel me? They might do the father and son and daughter and everything else, and that's as far as it goes. You never grew up next to your aunts and uncle where there's a civil war and the country over, so your cousins and them have to move in with you, and it's that much of a bigger family. You ain't never been under the bright lights. You feel me? Hold on, let the car pass. You ain't never been under the bright lights where people have to travel for another country. Our cousins, uncles, and everything else, they're traveling for another country in Africa because there was a civil war. They came over, and they have to live with you and everything else like that until the war is over so they can go back home. And the news camera and crew come to your house just to interview the whole family and shit. And your grandma was like a superstar type shit. You ain't never had that. You ain't never had that kind of attention. You ain't get the attention for the right things. You feel me? I grew up seeing these things, so it was an urge for me to do something right, to be recognized for the right things, to be professional at it, instead of just being recognized because I'm out here trying to punch somebody in the face and attack people because we don't agree on the same thing. Come on. That's some ape shit. You feel me? It doesn't make me a privileged kid. It just makes me an understandable individual. This is where I came from. You feel me? I'm not